Hello everyone and welcome to today's training. Today we will be going over how to do lead mining, or in other words data mining, for your prospects, however you want to call it. Basically, in a nutshell, this is where we're going to be doing our training for researching for leads. So it's a very extensive training, so make sure that you got it, right now, like a notepad or something, so you can write down anything that you're thinking, any questions you may have. And just a reminder that you can stop, rewind, and go over this many times so you can get the hang of it. So use that notepad and stop, rewind at any time. One thing before we get going, if you don't have a Gmail account, you just stop the training and get one, because we need this for our keyword tool. So if you don't know how to sign up for Gmail, there is training in your back office. So log into the back office and go over that quick little training there just to get you through it quick. It is fairly straightforward, but if it's hard for you, no problem. We've got training in the back office for that too. Basically, first thing you want to do before we do any research, or before you prepare for any research, is to get your notepad ready. So you have that ready beside your phone, or if you're going to go talk to somebody, make sure you have that with you. And as well, you'll want to get out the lead notes spreadsheet. Take a look at that. Okay, so this is what it's in the back office. You can download this, and make sure when you download this, after you get it downloaded, make sure to give it a print off, because you can use this as a note sheet as you're doing your lead mining. So it's all ready to go. If you can't print it off, or if you don't want to print it off and you're just writing everything out because you prefer that, no problem. Just make sure you get all of this, all these fields recorded onto a piece of paper or your notepad, whatever system you have. And so, if you got like a notepad, just do something like this, put it all in there like that, so it's ready to go, so that when you do call on somebody, or when you are starting to do your research, everything's ready to go right away. So make sure that's all prepared, and that's good to go. Also, make sure that you download business categories in the back office. We're going to have just one link in the back specifically just for business categories, so look for that as well. And you want to download that because you're going to start running out of ideas of who to call, but there's over 3,100 business categories that you can call, so that should keep you busy for a while, we think, if you're doing your searches. So yeah, there you go, get that all ready and you're good to go. Now find a category. So when you get the all the spreadsheets out, there's going to be different types of categories you can choose from. So I've already got one pulled up, and I've got home and garden pulled up. So you can see, out of all the categories we've done research for you already, there is, just on this one home and garden one, there's literally a couple hundred right there. But I'm going to choose landscaping. I have a lot of luck with landscaping companies because there's so many of them, and there's so many different varied types and sizes of landscaping that it really gives you a good start. So if you ever want to try landscaping to start, that's a good one. But really, you can market anything. And make sure that when you are calling out, that you are thinking landscaping when you're doing it, or if you're marketing to one, you want to really cater to the landscaping industry, not just the generic. So you want to definitely do research on them a little bit before you call and stuff, just in case they ask you any specific questions. One thing that I always do too is, like for me, I have landscaping experience, but I also have like automotive experience as well, so I call on a lot of automotive companies. For categories, definitely choose an industry that you're familiar with, because that will give you an advantage and make it a lot easier for you to call up and know the lingo and know who you're dealing with when you call. It just makes it easier for you. So I would suggest choosing a category that you're familiar with and running with that. But you can, as you can see, there's hundreds in just this one category alone that you can choose from. So pick one. So we've got landscaping. So you've got a category, and now you want to pick a city. So depending on what your situation is, if you're just starting out and you want to do call-outs, you're probably only going to want to select something local, because your cell phone or your landline is probably only going to be like the payment plan you have is only going to be in that area. So you want to choose that area to save money. You're not going to want to call across the country, because it's going to cost you a fortune at first. So, but if you want to call anybody, you can choose any city you want. And like for me, I call all over the entire North America with my phone, so that's just what I have, right? So it really depends what you want to do. If you want to call out to businesses door to door, obviously you can only do research locally, because you're not going to want to go too far. I mean, if you're going traveling somewhere for a month and you want to go out and do some selling, pick that city, right? So pick a city after that too. So you got a category and then a city. But one thing I want to stop at is, I mean, obviously you're going to want to pick a big enough center, but let's just remember you want to get the suburbs as well, okay? Or I guess in the U.S. it would be counties, right? Because if you want to fully capture, you know, the whole brunt of this training, you're going to want to look at the counties as well, because those are little niches that tend to get overlooked as well. And so when we do our callbacks, we really market heavy those smaller niches, because a lot of these landscaping companies, for example, can really hit up a lot of counties, not just one city. They can hit up like several counties and a city, which should, you know, if they're going to market online, if they're just going to hit one city, they're really missing out on the big picture of the whole market. So, you know, what I show here is, okay, let's go to Google and let's just do a search, okay? Let's go Indianapolis. It's a big center there. I didn't spell it right, but look at it, came up with this. Let's go to Indianapolis. There we go. So yeah, if you go to Wikipedia, okay, these guys, you know, this Wikipedia is the biggest online encyclopedia, right? And so it usually comes up the first when it comes on cities, so you just click on that one because it'll give you all the you know, features of that city. And now somewhere in here it's going to say it's in a county, okay? So it's the county seat of Mount Marion County, Indiana. And so we can, if you do some research, you can go through and find out where, you know, who's all in these counties, right? Who's all involved in there. So you want to get all the counties as well in Indianapolis area, right? So yeah, you get all the counties there as well. But you want to try and pick, say, if you look in this map, if you research and find all the counties in that area of Indianapolis, then you know you're going to target a better area. If you just target on this one spot, it doesn't really help, right? So you want to search counties as well. Is basically what we're getting across to. Another one that I did that actually worked quite well here. Let's do Sacramento. Okay, go back to Google. Okay, so let's type in Sacramento. Sacramento. Okay, and I've already done this one. So you research through, and then you'll see. I mean, you probably already may have your counties memorized, but if you're doing another city, you want to do this. But it says here, Sacramento. Sacramento is the core cultural and economic center of Sacramento metropolitan area, which includes 7 counties. So you got that right there. Look, there's a link there right to it. We'll go down the side. Look at principal cities: Sacramento, Arden Arcade, Roseville, Yuba City, South Lake Tahoe, and Truckee. So we're going to want to record those as well. So on my notepad or on your scribble pad, just go down and start copying these. So we got Sacramento, we've got Arden Arcade, Roseville, Yuba City, South Lake Tahoe, and Truckee. I'm from Canada, so I haven't been around that area, so that's all new to me, but this may be just every day for somebody else. But if you don't have the suburbs memorized, then this is a good way to look it up, is to do it on Wikipedia as well. So yeah, record those down, and that way, instead of just searching for landscapers in Sacramento, you can search for all these now, which we'll see further, and you can start noticing niches, and you can start hitting up different niches as well. Okay, so now that we've got that, you've got your Gmail account, and so now we can start to use the keyword tool. Okay, so what you want to just do is go right to Google search and just type in Google AdWords. Hit enter. And we want to go to Google AdWords, and it'll say online advertising by Google. So you want to go to that one. Okay, and then you want to sign in. So that's with your Gmail account. Make sure you sign in. And sign right in. Now, sign in, you're going to notice a few tabs on the very top. The tab that we're looking to get at is a little bit over once she gets load it up here. It's being a bit slow now. Okay, so we want to go over to the Tools and Analysis tab. Okay, don't worry about anything else. Go to Tools and Analysis. Click that. It's going to drop down, and you want to go to the Keyword tool. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take all of our cities, which will be on this one. Oops. Okay, so we got all of our cities and counties, and our category, remember, is going to be, for this example, is landscapers. So you want to go Landscapers Sacramento, California. Landscapers Arden Arcade, California. Landscapers Roseville, California. So you want to copy that right out. Okay, so you want to go Landscapers. You know what we'll do? Make this a bit faster. I'm just going to copy all this. And we'll put that all in there. So you want to type all that in there. And each one you'll have landscapers. And it's actually Sacramento, California. And we'll put landscapers there. Another thing you can do too is if you highlight something, Control C is copy, and then you can hit Control V is paste. So I'll just go all the way down. Speed things up a bit, eh? And then add CA. So yeah, you want to add each one per line. You don't want to space them all on the same line. It's got to be skipped down a line, so one per each line. Okay, that's how the search works. It knows that that's that keyword phrase once it goes to the next line down. So you put that all down there. Oh, we've got a space we got to put there, and that looks all good. Okay, so now you've got landscapers, or category, city, and state or province. Okay, website and category, don't worry about that. Don't hit this one. Only show ideas closely related to my search terms. Don't click on that. One thing you can do is, because see I'm automatically in Canada, you can make this advanced search option. So click on the location, and you want to obviously go United States. Okay. Now to bring this back up, this is the little negative, this little plus sign, positive, negative, makes it open and closed. Languages, English, desktops and laptops, leave that there. Okay. Now we just go search. And now what you want to focus on is this tab here, the keyword ideas. Okay. Because what we're trying to do is figure out what we can do for types of keywords, okay? And what this is going to do is you'll see all of right here is all of our keywords that we put up there. Well, nothing's coming up. That's no good. So we're going to go down and find out what works good, okay? Look at Landscaping Design Sacramento. That's one we got to keep, okay? So we'll go to our notes and we'll start building this from here. Okay, so we'll go down here. And on your little notepad, we want to actually search for, eventually on Google, landscape design. Okay, landscaping Sacramento. Keeps spelling Sacramento. It's something I can't get past, but make sure that's right. South Lake Tahoe, California. Well, that's nothing. That's just a location. It doesn't have, of course, it's going to have 18,000 hits there. Yuba City, that doesn't matter. Landscaping, too broad. Okay, you got to have at least the city in there. Okay. Concrete Sacramento. No, we're not doing concrete. Landscape design. That's too broad. Landscapers, too broad. Got to have the category and city at least. Sometimes the state doesn't have to be there, but like that's what it shows right now. But this, you know, this, like at least the city and the category has to be on there. Landscape, you see South Lake Tahoe ski packages? No, we're not going after that. And so you go all the way down to you've got a list, okay? Because you'll notice that once you build all these up, you've got 590 here, you're going to have 2900 here. One other note too as well, okay? You'll notice here, Landscape Design Sacramento is 590. You go down to the next 590, It's landscaping Sacramento, California. So most likely that if it's the exact same numbers, Google probably recognizes that as being the same. So I would consider one of the other, but I wouldn't consider both as something you want to search for. Okay, and then eventually you'll go down. You might find somebody from another suburb that I'm going to try and get one from another suburb. Let's see if that works. There's so many. Midtown Sacramento Apartments, that doesn't even match at all. Yeah, you basically want to put all of the keywords down that is going to be pertaining to that area, because that's where you're going to want to search to. There we go, Roseville. 590, right? That's good. 720 as a global. But what's good about this is that Roseville could be a place that people in Sacramento can go. So they're missing out on 590 potential first rank hits every month on their website. I mean, I'm sure you can get a couple clients if you're on the first level. So this is the stuff that we do here at SEO, is that when we go into research companies, we do this exact technique, because a lot of companies only get one keyword, but we offer usually a couple keyword phrases so that you can actually take over the market. Okay. Even too, like landscape architects. I mean, that could be a market you can go after if your niche can handle it with your marketing. So I mean, there's an extra 590 there. Yeah, so landscape contractors, somebody can search for that. I mean, in Sacramento, there's so many. So make sure you record all of these down. And so I'm not going to record all of these, but you'll want to have a fairly good list, and you'll want to do multiple searches, because you really want to, in your area, you really want to target as many as you can so that you're getting the most out of this research. You want to go quality. You want to take some time with this. This is something you're going to want to do, first thing in the day before you make your call-outs, because, this will take probably a good hour to do it your first few times. But I mean, once you get rolling, you can see it's pretty quick. You should have a list of about, 15 different keyword searches, and just go from there. So now you've got your keywords. We're just going to start at the very beginning, the biggest one, landscape, or no, we'll say, actually landscape wasn't coming up. We'll do the next biggest one up. So you can actually filter this to have the top one. So I don't want to go too big, because that's not going to be right. What's a good one for Sacramento? Sacramento landscaping. Let's do that one. Landscaping in Sacramento. Let's try that one. Okay. So you're going to grab your first keyword, and you're going to go back to Google, and you're going to enter that into there. So we're going to pick landscaping Sacramento. Okay. Hit enter. We're not going to care about anything on the first few pages. They obviously have got some decent marketing on there. So we're going to go right to page 3. So how do you do that? Scroll to the bottom and you'll see all of your pages. So go to page 3. And now we're going to start collecting data. Okay? Obviously videos aren't going to matter. But what you're looking for is in this green area here. This green area is going to be the URL. Okay? Now this here, obviously, if it's got a whole bunch of stuff behind it, and if you read it, it looks like to be a database. You click on that, it's not going to be a website, okay? Like a company website. It's going to be a third-party data collecting site, as you can see. Okay, so it's going to have multiple things. Yelp, you've probably heard of this. We're not going to go there. Okay, we want actually to find a small and medium-sized business that caters to landscaping, right? So here we go, lawnman.net. Okay, let's check that one out. Cool. Decent little website. Small. It looks like they may have done this themselves. But I mean, let's not judge. Some of the best looking websites just have no marketing at all. So yeah, let's look at this. Okay, so basically now you go down and it's a pretty small website. I mean, these guys are probably going to need some help. So either way, let's start collecting data. Okay, so let's go over to our notepad. We're going to start filling out our contact form before we call them. Okay, so name a business. Okay. What's the name of the business here? Lawn Man Landscape, pretty easy. So let's put that down. Lawn Man Landscape. I'm not too worried if it's Inc. Incorporated or whatever. Just get the main name, because the rest of the stuff will add up when we put it all down. Okay, so contact name. Well, sometimes we can find names on here. Okay, so let's go down here. So we have contact us. Let's try contact us. See what that says. Does not have it. Now we'll show you another trick here. Let's open up another window. And this is perfect because I wasn't expecting this to happen on this training, but let's do this. Go to this website. It's called whois.net. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is gather the URL. So go to the home page. Okay, lawnman.net. Highlight the URL up top here. You're going to want to copy that. So right click and copy, or Control C. And now you're going to go to whois.net. Right click or Control V into there and hit go. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll try it out. But what this does is it actually does a query on the registration of the website. Okay, so some people block it. I don't block mine, but some people actually block theirs. But you might even be able to find the owner's name on this. It's almost like a listing into a almost like a phone book, right? So you even got an admin email. So Bernie@lawnman.net. Admin name's Leno Bernie. So you might even be able to use this. Sometimes it'll have someone's name on it. We don't know if Leno Bernie is the person who set up the website. The registrant usually is the name of the owner, but they doesn't seem to have the name. So that's just a technique you can use. Sometimes you can't get their name, but you might even be able to check if Leno is there when you call or whatever. But if you can't get the first name, that's something you have to try and gather when you call. Okay. Sometimes they'll have the owner's name right on the website. You can use that, and sometimes they'll have their phone number or cell phone on the website as well. So make sure you look for that. Next we can actually grab their website, or sorry, their phone number, their job position. Well, we don't have a person's job position yet, but if you can get their owner or the manager, you can get that. So website address, we've got that. It's lawnman.net. We can already just paste that in there. Okay. The website audit report, we don't know yet until we call them. Phone number 916 420. Okay. And the best time to call. Okay, so we don't have that yet. We'll have to get that when we call them in. Email address. Remember, we had this off of this Whois lookup, but let's keep the email address until you call no matter what, because if we eventually get that report out to them, we're going to want to email it to the best email, because a lot of the emails online, if you go to contact us, right, it's going to say email us here, and they'll give us a form, and you actually won't get an email anyways. And if you get an email online, sometimes it'll be like admin@lawnman.net or whatever, and that's no good, because that's going to be just a pretty generic email, and that might even just go to one of the gatekeepers or like the receptionist or something. So you won't actually reach the owner with the reports. It just gets thrown into the trash bin or to the recycling your trash or your recycling bin on your email inbox, right? So you don't want to do that. It's just going to get thrown away. We want to get quality stuff, not quantity. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So you got all the information you can get. You basically have a phone number. Okay, you can start calling them. If you want to try emailing them through that, you can. I don't recommend that though. It's not going to be very useful. But at least now when you call, you have some information there that you can use to use with your script. Okay. Makes sense. There you go. And that's the procedure. Just rinse and repeat. Keep doing that over and over again. So then you would go back to your original search. Okay. We'll just keep going back till we get to that point. Okay, we did landscape in Sacramento. We're back on page 3. And we just keep going down. Now we got capital landscape. There we go. Another pretty cheap website. It looks like it's another blog website, cheap blog. So it'd be very easy for us to make this better and to update it. It's definitely very, very basic. But look at here. You got the phone number. You got an email. Again, look at email says office@capital landscape. I mean, that's not going to be a good email. So make sure you leave that email blank when you go to call, because grabbing the office email or an admin email doesn't do us good. But we've got a phone number. Okay, you've got a You got your website address. Okay, you've got a phone number up top here. We could try to contact us, see what else there is there. Maybe there's a name in there. This is in Roseville. Look at that. Sacramento Landscaping, and we're in Roseville. See how that works? Isn't that crazy? This is totally not even in Sacramento, but it's in like the Roseville's coming up. So that's what I mean now. These search results are going to be different. Okay, let's remember this. Capital Landscape. Let's go back to the home page. Let's go back to Google and try another one. Let's try landscaping Roseville. Look at that. Capital's on number 1 here, right? So if you approach them and they're saying, "Oh, we're number 1," like they're number 1 in Google Places, but I mean, why is the guys? If you even look on the map here on the right, okay, Roseville. I know they're close. Where are they here? Roseville is over here, but Sacramento is going to be over towards town here. Why can't Roseville just go over there? Like they could be totally utilizing Sacramento Landscaping, totally. So it makes sense for them to beef up their website if they want to get more clients. And you know, if you guys really utilize this search method, you can really capture a lot of good quality leads really fast. So that's pretty much it for the training. So that's it for there. And if you have any other questions, I hope you've been taking notes, and I hope you can get in contact with us. We'd be more than happy to get you on the right path. And definitely watch those trainings of Mike Cooch with lead training and your power messaging, because if you want to cater your scripts a bit better, you can definitely utilize that. And again, most minimum, let's get those reports out and make sure that you know, these businesses can see what type of services we can offer. Alrighty, thanks a lot for your time, guys. I appreciate all that, and good luck with the rest of your training.